Today we are with a very, very special guest. Actually, he's a unique, interesting person that is an honor to have him today as our guest. The one and only Mark Russo. Mark, thank you very much for being on the Millennial Way Show.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
Mark, for the people that do not know or are not very familiar with your name and what you do, because you do a lot of things, how can you describe
well, that's a great question. So we're in the art business, primarily sculptures, although we have a lot of original paintings and acrylics and master drawings. Our primary focus is sculpture, distribution, manufacturing, and we have a fantastic collection. And the artwork isn't just little pieces. We do little work from the smallest pieces of the world to the biggest monumental statuary in the world, from pieces that we already own, or we can design and create them for you, for hospitals, banks, casinos, and again, any pieces from anywhere from as small as a few inches to 20 and 30 meters. We're actually working on a project now that's going to be about 40 meters in height. So wow. Massive, massive monuments that take structural engineering, but that's part of what we do. And it's very exciting because it's not just one subject matter. We have biblical, Western, wildlife, pop artwork, all types of subject matters, from mermaids to, again, religious images. And not just in one medium. We have bronze, stainless steel, we do pure silver, and now we do pure gold. So it's a lot of different mediums and a lot of different subject matters.
And in a lot of different places around the world, right?
Yes, we have 122 gallery partners throughout the United States, premium gallery locations. We're sold on 117 cruise ships in 52 countries. And again, that's more of our commercial product, but still up to many millions of dollars, from as little as a few thousand, depending on the subject matter, whether it's a patriotic eagle or a bull and bear statue. It fits the theme and the subject of the gallery's representation of their type of product. But we are the preeminent distributor of bronze statues in the world right now.
How did you start in this business?
Well, I've been in the space for almost 40 years, if you can believe that. I'm a designer and an artist myself. And as interesting as it is, I had a chance to go to an art show in the 80s and represent an artist. And I said, well, okay, I'll go. It was in New Orleans at an investor conference.
How old are you at that moment?
I was just barely 20 years old.
Okay.
And I went to this show. I had a booth full of statues, and I sold in that moment about $1 million worth of artwork in just a couple of days. And I got a commission of 20%. I thought, wow, this is amazing. I go down there, and in a couple of days, I make $200,000 in commissions. This is a long time
That was
ago.
your first?
It was my first art show. And so
20 years old?
I was just 20,
wow.
Yes. And I thought, well, I can do this. And it wasn't that I sold a lot of artwork. It's that I knew the product, and I was an artist myself, and I was in admiration of the quality of the artwork that I had a chance to sell. But when I was talking to the people, I knew the history of the product, and they could see that I was excited about it, and that I exuded knowledge and enthusiasm, and that was the contagiousness that people said, you know what, I want one, or I'll take that one and that one. And I think that when somebody believes in something, it becomes real, and that was that formula for success at a very young age, and that left a phenomenal impression on me and started my career in the art world.
This is very fascinating, because you see a lot of artists nowadays, but maybe that's the secret ingredient or the secret sauce to know about it, to be motivated, to be well known about what you're selling or what or the product. How you develop that skill?
Yeah, you know, as an artist and designer myself, I have part of my brain creates and designs. In fact, a lot of our artwork, I found really talented artists. And if you were an artist and you were really good at making equestrian pieces, I'd say, listen, make me a beautiful horse. But as you're creating this with what I believe to be the best hands in the world for equestrian artwork, I'm saying, well, let's change this. Let's give it more expression. Just change the gait, make it jumping, give it some expression, fix the mane. So I know what I want and what is the audience will accept, but I'm using the best talent in the world. So it's a creative, collaborative process that's, I think, one of the funnest parts of being in the world. But a lot of artists are so emotionally attached, and that's what drives their creativity. If they didn't have emotion, they wouldn't be a very good artist. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them have trouble. There's some fabulous artists out there in the world today that are amazingly talented. They're geniuses. Mm-hmm. But because they're so creative, they've lost that entrepreneurial skill set that it requires to take it to market. And I kind of was given the opportunity of having both. I have a business mind. I'm a designer and an artist, but I'm an entrepreneur, and I believe I know how to sell because I love it myself. And if I don't believe in it myself, then I wouldn't sell it to somebody.
That's the importance of the mindset, no?
Yes, it is.
Mark, this is your second time on BitBasel. Tell us a little bit about why BitBasel.
Well, I think it's fun down here. First of all, this is, I believe, the center of the universe for artwork. You've got thousands of people, thousands of artists, geniuses. I mean, artwork's amazing here, whether it's abstract or whatever that subject matter is. You've got creative minds and visionaries that are here to share the art world their new pieces. And not just artwork, it's the tech that goes with it, it's people with cryptocurrency, it's a collaboration of brilliant minds, artistry, all here at BitBasel, at Art Basel here in Miami, and it's just a fun thing to be around because you never know who you talk to. It's just amazing, but you've got the energy down here for this whole week with all these artists is phenomenal. It's frequency and it resonates in a very high energy, and we really like to be a part of this.
We have this beautiful piece. How much? What's the price?
This has been priced at $45 million. It is an original Michelangelo.
Wait. $45 million?
This piece is a $45 million original. It's not a copy or a replica. Excuse me, a lot of people don't understand, but this piece was one of Michelangelo's favorite pieces. In fact, it still resides, the marble itself is in Casa Buonarroti, which is the house of Michelangelo in Florence, Italy. And really important is in the late 20s and early 30s, under the authority of the Pope, because of looming war and potential disasters, a specific foundry was given access to lay plasters directly on top of the marbles themselves. And that was, again, an archive to protect the masterpieces in not just the Vatican, but other museums in Italy. It is from that plaster mold made on top of this piece in 1928 that we got one impression only in the license to cast an original Michelangelo in pure silver and one in pure gold. It is an original, it is in the official catalog Resonate, and it's a phenomenal work. And it was actually a piece that he still has there, and it was his favorite artwork, and he often referred back to it as his favorite piece, as inspiration. It was one of his earlier works and exploratory, and this inspired many, many artists over the last 500 years to do work very similar to this.
And you were mentioning us behind the scenes that people can actually buy a fraction of this?
So what we're doing now is not everybody can write a check for $45 million, or in the case of our Silver David, that's the world's first billion-dollar art asset, which will be finished in a few weeks. But being able to buy into this fractionally doesn't just let you have an ownership, it does. You get ownership in this piece, whether you buy in for 10 grand or $100,000. There's a reward. This is its own ecosphere. This image itself has a cash generating asset. It has yields, it'll have dividends, it'll have from whatever the merchandising around this piece that we're going to be doing. An owner of this piece is rewarded by those as well as not just the ownership in the sculpture. It's pretty exciting. And the position that you buy becomes free trading after 12 months. So you're not locked in the piece, and we all want the artwork to go up in value, which we believe it will follow the average yield of high-end blue chip artwork of around 14% annually, so you're going to get that anyway. But because this thing is generating cash and yields and other things, there's 6 different ways of creating revenue from this piece. You'll be rewarded financially by owning a piece of this fantastic sculpture.
So what you're saying is that basically this piece, this fascinating piece, in a few years is going to be still growing and growing?
Well, certainly, yes. I mean, blue chip artwork by nature is the most rare and valuable art objects by the greatest artists in the world. This falls into that category, actually probably a higher tier.
Blue chips.
Blue chip artwork has outperformed every other major market index for the last 3 decades. So it's a proven platform. Blue chip artwork, and it's only been usually available to the very, very elite and very, very wealthy. This is the first time an investor or collector doesn't have to spend $45 million. They can spend a little bit of money, know that they own a part of a magnificent masterpiece that has meaning, and be rewarded financially as this performs and creates yields based upon it from its imagery and the rights.
Fascinating. Mark, your upcoming projects for 2026, what can you tell us a little bit about?
Well, what's amazing is now, you know, when you walk into a museum or you see an artwork like this, it's powerful and it resonates because it's metal, it's beautiful, it's by the artist, but what we're doing now is we're taking it to a level that's immersive, that has meaning, and that gives you inspiration. So when you walk up to our Michelangelos and Berninis and other artworks that we have, with the AI power that's out there now, you'll be able to see Michelangelo in his likeness, and you'll be able to do an interactive Ask Michelangelo right with this piece. Why did he make the Battle of the Centaurs? And his image and his likeness, gathering all the information from the world, he will give you an explanation as to why he made the centaurs and the meaning behind it. So imagine that.
Wow.
Where you walk up to an artwork and you get to talk to the artist about what the meaning was and the purpose and the mission. That changes people's lives, because you walk away being inspired, uplifted, and you have the knowledge. It's that educational immersion experience that we're going to bring to the world.
That's happening right now?
We are at the forefront of doing it, and we're doing it right now. Yes, treasure investments.
How do you see, and you're giving me a step for my next question, how do you see 2 years from now the fusion between art and artificial intelligence? Where are we heading?
This was not available even 90 days ago, but the power of artificial intelligence is extraordinary. And like the internet didn't exist when I was growing up. There wasn't even cell phones, if you can believe that, not to age myself. But where you have, in an instant, you literally have access to all of the world's information instantaneously. If you ask ChatGPT right this second, what's the world's largest pure silver sculpture, it'll say the Silver David by Michelangelo, which is our piece that we produced. But what's amazing about AI is you can get the information instantly and truly be inspired, because you'll know what made Michelangelo create this incredible artwork. And that's what we want to bring. We want to bring the immersion, the experience, and the inspiration of the meaning and purpose behind that art object, or any artwork that we bring to market in the future.
After this Battle of the Centaurs is being here in Miami, where it will go?
This will go back to our museum in Washington State. And believe it or not, we're actually working with the museum here in South Beach. I can't say the name. And we're considering a 12 to 24 month exhibition with this and many of our other pieces to be shown to the world at a very prominent museum here in Florida. We're working on those details now, so I can't share that. But we're very, very excited about that opportunity to share this with the world here in Miami, which is kind of the pulse of the world. This is the really special place right now.
Why do you think that Miami is becoming this hub of global attention to bring in this kind of events?
Well, I think it's really kind of a international based. I mean, you walk outside, you could, in one block you could hear 17 different languages, which is amazing, and it's good energy. It's art inspired. People are learning. They want to understand. So it's just kind of a hub, and thanks to Art Basel and what's happening, I think in a really great way. It's a great community that brings people together in a powerful and immersive and inspiring way. I think South Beach and Miami together is just a great place to share artwork and to share the beauty of pieces like this and others.
Mark, last question, and I really appreciate your time. Which will be your best advice for the new generations of artists, of creators, and entrepreneurs to succeed in this world?
Well, I'm an artist and an entrepreneur, and I say that for people that are buying artwork, buy it if you like it. If you walk up to something and it has an emotional hit with you and you like it, then that's the first attraction to do it. If it has an investment opportunity, that's even more of a reason. And you have to really do your homework. If you buy something and you want to make money, it's nice to do that, but it's nice also if you really enjoy the piece, if it has meaning to you. If my wife and I go look at an artwork and we're like, wow, that's beautiful, it's like, okay, let's buy it. People buy artwork because it makes them feel good. People also buy artwork if it makes them money, but it's nice to have that combination of both. As an artist, I love artists that are original. There's a lot of great artwork here, and it's new ideas. It's like, that's amazing. And what I love about an artist, whatever subject it is, if they're original in their concept and design, that is a good thing. So I love originality. People that copy things or things that might be gimmicky, but as an artist, if they're original, stay with your passion and do things that are your own ideas. Don't be challenged by other things, but just do what you want to do, that you believe in, and follow your passion. And that's what I would say with artists and entrepreneurs on that element.
Mark Russo, thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
It's an honor.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.